Yo guys, it's KC3. Welcome back to another video. I got a pretty special video for you guys today. This is the team that no one's going to expect coming through. They're going to be good this season, and this is why. Hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, make sure to like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this. The teams everyone talks about in the NBA are the Warriors, the Rockets, the Celtics, the Sixers, and even the one-man team Lakers. No one ever talks about the Denver Nuggets. Although I doubt they will be a legitimate threat to win the championship this season, I believe they will surprise a lot of people. This team will be a top 5 team this season and could win a championship sometime in the next 3 to 5 years. They were only 3 wins away from the 3rd seed last season, and you add Isaiah Thomas off the bench and a full season of Paul Millsap, and all the young talent takes an extra season to develop, this team could easily be one of the best teams in the league. The reason I believe this team will be ridiculous is largely because of Jamal Murray. This man is a freak of nature. He is a walking bucket. He went from 9.9 points per game in his rookie season to 16.7 points per game, with his efficiency jumping through the roof. I can see him making another huge leap like this. He could easily average 20 plus points this season. Also, don't forget that Jamal Murray is younger than both Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons. Jamal Murray has what it takes to be a big game performer. He embraces the big moments. In only his 2nd season against some of the best point guards in the league, he went at them. He balled out. His 2 best games for the season was against Damian Lillard, where he dropped 38 and made clutch basket after clutch basket, and his game against Russell Westbrook, where he had 33 and showed his nasty handles with a crazy ankle breaker on Steven Adams. Jamal Murray likes to go at people, and he loves winning. He wants to be the best. He wants to go at them. He's not afraid to let his opponent know, with mocking Lonzo Ball. This exemplifies how much he wants to be the best. He sees this other young point guard who everyone wants to talk about, and he wants to destroy him. The Denver Nuggets are a proven offensive juggernaut, with the 2 most underrated bigs in the league on the team, Nikola Jokic and Paul Millsap. Nikola Jokic is a perfect center for the modern game, adding a deadly 3-point shot to his games last season, shooting 39.6% from 3 on 3.7 shots a game. Jokic is a triple-double machine. He is already 2nd in triple-doubles for a center, and he's only played 3 seasons. He is only behind the GOAT, Wilt Chamberlain. People always forget about Paul Millsap. Before last season, he was considered easily a top 10 point guard. Some people would even say top 5. He was an all-star. He missed 44 games last season. If he can get back to his all-star form, it's over for the rest of the league. This team will be unstoppable. The only weakness on this team is defense, and having Millsap for an extra 20 games will be extremely important for this team. The Nuggets might have the best bench in the entire league, with Will Barton being a top 5 6-man last season, having an extra year of experience. He is a bucket getter. There is almost no one in the league that can guard him. They just signed Isaiah Thomas, who is no longer injured and could easily be a 20 points per game player. It was only 2 seasons ago he averaged 29 and was a top 5 MVP candidate. And the player that everyone seems to forget is Michael Porter Jr. If he is half the player he was in high school, he could be the perfect player for this team. All he needs to be is a 3-and-D player, which he could easily be, and more. Throughout their entire bench, they have a ton of 3-point shooters, with Trey Lyles, Malik Beasley, and Juancho Hernan-Gomez. In this modern 3-point shooting NBA, this team could easily be the best shooting team. I haven't even mentioned their near 50, 40, and 90 player, Gary Harris. He is lights out from anywhere, and you know what you're going to get from him every single night. He is the rock for this team. When Jamal Murray or Jokic can't hit a shot, they know they can give it to Gary Harris, and they know he's going to score. All the teams in front of the Nuggets last season have failed to get better, with some having a lot of internal issues, with the 8th and 7th seeds best players wanting to leave. Although Kawhi barely played last season, the Spurs as a whole just got a year older and added a ball-stopping scorer with no defense to the team. The Timberwolves all hate each other, so I can see them dropping off tremendously. The 6th seed, the Pelicans, just lost Boogie and Rondo. Although DeMarcus missed a handful of games last season, they'll still see a drop of games because it is almost a given that Anthony Davis will miss 20 plus games. Although I like the 5th seed Utah Jazz, they still have no offense besides a second-year player and occasional Jingle and Joe explosion. They will be a top 3 defense for sure, but I don't see them being much better than last season. The 4th seed still has a ball-dominant point guard that loves to shoot, but can't at all. They got rid of Melo, which is a massive plus. But they still have a coach that doesn't really understand basketball, and a shooting guard that doesn't seem to understand that the shooting guard position needs to be able to shoot. The 3rd seed was one of the worst 3rd seeds of all time, being the only 3rd seed to ever get swept in a 7-game series in the first round. So they could easily drop off. Houston Rockets just added Melo, so Nuggets are already better than them. The only top 8 West team that got better was the best team, the Warriors. This team is the only team I don't see the Nuggets beating. The Nuggets will be the most entertaining team to watch next season, for sure, as they will be scoring 120 points every night, as there is no team in the league that can guard all of their different scoring options. If the Nuggets can defend at an average level, they'll be the 2nd best team in the entire NBA, easily.